What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K-Flex, and I'm back here with yet another video. And ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about, as you guys can see in the title, we're going to talk about, the Miami Dolphins drafting a pass catcher, and specifically this case of Jaylen Waddle and why he could be really the best receiver in the draft, and why I still don't see us drafting him, and why it's really not his fault where we're not going to draft him, or that, I can't really blame us for not drafting him, and a lot of it's just not his fault. But we're going to get into that. But real quick, man, shout out to people who like this video before they even heard it. Send a shout out to people with the notifications on. Shout out to the members of the channel, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the viewers of the channel, man. Shout out to people that hit the like. I ain't gonna lie, happy Easter, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, the last video, the Michael Parsons video, I haven't even looked at the comments at the time of recording this video because so many people mindset is just stuck on Kyle Pitts and the Jamar Chase and the Devontae, well, really not even Devontae Smith. Really, Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase is like, with like tunnel vision on these two people. Any other prospect, you're gonna get like hate right now, and I'm just not in the mood to try to ruin my Easter on with that negativity, but I'll read the comments tomorrow, okay? Anyways, let's get into the video. Jaylen Waddle. Now, this is a guy, ladies and gentlemen, 5'10", 180 pounds, and I think one of the most slept on prospects out of everybody that we talk about these days. Now, Jaylen Waddle, again, he's definitely the fastest, and we'll get into that in a second. He's definitely the fastest. He had 11 50-plus yard touchdowns. Nobody can keep up with him on his breaks. His change of direction is crazy. He has things that you can't teach. And ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about the best wide receivers in the NFL, speed really matters, okay? It's the reason why, like, for instance, I think DeAndre Hopkins, you might could say he's the best wide receiver in the league, right? Nobody would blame you. Or even, I guess, Devontae Adams, right? Their route running abilities. But when we're going up against a receiver, no receiver do I want to go up against less than Tyreek Hill. I think he has the ability to change a game more than any other. Actually, I know for a fact he does. He might not be the best receiver if you are looking at it from a size perspective, or maybe the prototypical receiver. Maybe that goes to Devontae Adams, or even DeAndre Hopkins, or whoever you want, Michael Thomas maybe. But even Michael Thomas didn't have that good of a year this year. But when it comes to just striking fear, the one that has the ability to just change an entire dynamic of a game, I mean, they all really do, but I don't think any of them has a greater game-changing ability than Tyreek Hill. And the receiver that's closest to Tyreek Hill in this draft would be Jaylen Waddle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a guy that if he didn't get injured, let's be clear, he would be a top 10 pick without a doubt. And honestly, it would be him and really Devontae Smith, or whichever one. But Devontae Smith wouldn't have had the year that he had if Jaylen Waddle would have played. Just to put this in perspective, Jaylen Waddle only played 4 games. He actually played 5, but one of them he was half hurt, like half dead, like playing on one leg in the national championship, which he should never have been playing in the first place. Let's just get that out of the way. All right, Nick Saban, whoever let him play that game was just crazy. First of all, I understand he wanted to play it or whatever the case may be, but you don't let him play that game. I don't care. I'm not here to argue about that. You know what I'm saying? That's not the point of the video, but we just had to touch on that. He should have never played in that. What was that, the national championship, right? Or the game before the national championship. Whatever it was, like, he should have never played where he was limping all over the field. To be quite honest with you, he should have never played that game. All right, he should have never gotten that game. All right, but let's get into some of the things. He really played 4 games fully healthy, and in those 4 games, he had over 556 yards. Just to put that in perspective, Kyle Pitts had 700 on the whole season. But anyways, it's not a Kyle Pitts this video. I'm just saying. Listen, he had 556 yards and 4 touchdowns. Super long. He was a monster, okay? He had more yards than Devontae Smith, I'm pretty sure. Not to say that he was the favorite target. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Devontae Smith was not going to have the year that he had, okay? This dude is an absolute monster, but he just broke his hip, and that's pretty much, I mean, oh my God, his hip. I'm thinking too well. He broke his ankle, and that's going to be pretty much the reason why that he's even falling out the top 12, or that maybe, him at 6 seems like a reach. Nobody would ever complain about it if he didn't break his ankle, but he broke his ankle, and now it's like, I don't know if we want to get him at 6. Honestly, if we would have stayed at 12, he would definitely be my first option, literally my first. He'd be the first guy on my board if we would have stayed at 12 that we actually had a chance of getting. But since we're at 6, maybe it seems like a reach now. Just to get into it, like I said, he has the stuff that you can't buy. He's the closest to Tyreek. He has a great chance of being the best receiver in the draft. He was going to go top 10 if he never got injured. But let's just get into now some of the things that is out of his control and why, it's just very, very unfortunate aside from the injury. Okay, so the injury is one thing, right? The injury is definitely one thing that definitely hurt his draft stock. It made it to where Devonta Smith really passed him on all the boards. Like, you know, everybody's thinking Devonta Smith is better by, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in most mocks and everything. But if you had played in beside Devonta Smith, maybe that wouldn't be the case. And also, really, it hurt him because he wasn't allowed to do a pro day. And a guy with that type of speed, if he was able to, like, I don't know why he didn't do the pro day, because I mean, the injury was a long time ago now. I don't know if he's fully healthy, if he never had the time to prepare for a pro day, if he was scared. I don't know. He didn't do a pro day. He didn't get the chance to show that he ran a 4.2. Okay, because if he ran a 4.2 in pro day, then we're talking a whole different situation. If we would have seen him run a 4.2, then he could still end up being a top 10 or above a lot of receivers or Devonta Smith on draft boards. But he didn't get to run. Here's the other thing. The pro day 40 times, since we didn't have a combine, all we have is pro day 40 times to go off of. To be honest with you, pro day 40 times made everybody seem like they were running 4.3, 4.2s, 4.4s. All these people are not running this. Not saying Jamar Chase not running a 4.38 really, but that's unofficial. That's all I'm saying. All right, Devonta Smith didn't run his, but hey, again, Kyle Pitts ran a 4.4. Listen, if it just sucks because if it wasn't for COVID, let's say it wasn't for COVID and all these guys went to a combine. All right, all these receiver prospects, Jamar Chase, Waddle, Devonta Smith, Kyle Pitts. Let's say no injuries, whatever. They all went and they all ran. Does anybody think that anybody's running faster than Waddle? They're not, okay? That's a fact. And if we actually got the real times instead of all these boosted, inflated pro day times, let's say Waddle runs a real 4.2, which I think he does because I've seen him race Henry Ruggs, who ran a 4.2, and he was like literally like a step behind or a step, like he was right there with him. It was within like literally a millisecond of like a step. Go watch him race Henry Ruggs, who was drafted 12th last year. So, if you see him run, like Waddle would have ran a 4.2. Devonta Smith probably would not ran a 4.2. Jamar Chase ran a 4.38 unofficial. So he, like, if it was official, honestly, he would probably run a 4.4, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, this guy would have separated himself so much in the 40 time if there was a real combine where people actually had their real time instead of these boosted, inflated times. Because right now, everybody's looking at it as, and all these receivers are super fast. Who cares about his speed? But first of all, he's a different level of fast. And second of all, these receivers is not as fast as they 40 times is showing them because it's pro day unofficial times, okay? And there's no official times this year. All right, so that is really I think one of the biggest unfortunate situations for him is that all these other prospects have fake 40 times that make it seem like they're just like on his level of speed when they're not, okay, or even close to the level. And the fact that he didn't run a 40 and the fact that he got injured. Those are going to be the three things is why, you know, that just aren't going his way, to the fact that that's going to be why we really can't draft him at 6 in a lot of people's minds. But to be honest, he has potential to be the best, I would say the most game-changing wide receiver out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching all the receivers recently because I think that's the direction we're going. So I like seeing Jamar Chase. I still got to look at more at Kyle Pitts, but I've been watching a lot of Jamar Chase recently because he's going to us in a lot of mocks. I like his ability to adjust to the ball in the air and everything like that. Jamar Chase is like a superstar. They all do. That's why they're all getting drafted so high, okay? But he looks like a superstar as well. So I got to give credit to Jamar Chase. But I'll just say, like, you know, I'm wondering, you know, if we could get Waddle. Like I said, if we would have stayed at 12, we for sure, he would be my number one guy. Since we moved back up to 6, maybe it's too early again. But again, Waddle has potential to be the best. I feel like he's kind of the forgotten man out of the whole entire bunch. And I'm not ruling him out. I'm not ruling anybody out of the Miami Dolphins drafting, okay? A lot of people have already, you know, pretty much targeted Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase, or if both of them are gone, then that's the worst case scenario, and in which case we have to get Sewell, okay? But I'm not counting out. I got about 6 people we could get, and we don't really know. And if free agency has told you guys anything, if just this whole regime has told you guys anything, is we don't actually know anything that we think we know, okay? We just go off the context clues or whatever. But again, if everybody thinks that we're going receiver, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reality of the situation. But get in the comments what you guys want to see. What's the next video guys want to see? What do you guys think about Waddle? And how do you guys stack him up against the rest of the receivers? Would you guys be mad if we drafted the likes of Waddle over a guy like Jamar Chase or a guy like Devonta Smith. Again, you could be mad about, I guess, about the, but I wouldn't. Okay, put it that way. I guess you could be mad about the injury, but like I said, if Waddle stays healthy all season, I think that him and Waddle, like if you just look at the numbers, and Waddle stays healthy all season, Devonta Smith definitely doesn't do what he did, and then it's a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? At least between those two. Maybe you think Jamar Chase is just on another level, but it's a lot closer between those two. By the way, when you watch Jamar Chase, you just see a Joe Burrow just popping out. Joe Burrow is amazing. But anyways, guys, let's go wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys think, though, about Jaylen Waddle. Y'all feel like he's underrated? Where do y'all see him going, or where do you guys think the right place for him to go is? Like, comment, subscribe, roll to 11, because always fucking flexing. I'm out.